Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. If you follow the channel, you probably have seen, I don't know which video is going to be first, but you might have seen some videos for this 2007 Audi A8. I believe this is the D3 chassis or something like that. Not really sure. But this car came to me with a few issues. I'm literally just finishing to fix the second problem for the air suspension, which, fingers crossed, is all fixed, but I need to put the car on the floor in order to test. But before that, we're going to go on to this problem, which thumbnail or title will tell you: parking sensors. So I've scanned the car already because I've been working on the car. I'm not going to show you the codes, but it's basically throwing codes for 2 or 3 sensors at the front, and some codes for some sensors at the rear. When you try to engage the parking system, the light on the dash just starts to flash. You hear a long beep. Let me just show you. So when you try to engage the parking sensors, you just hear a kind of a long beep, and then the light in there just flashes really quick, and it stays flashing until the system disengages or you request to disengage the system. And obviously I had to remove the bumper, as you have seen. I had to remove the bumper and some other stuff in order to fix the suspension. And interestingly enough, sorry I stopped recording because I was hearing a leak in there, but it's actually the system now working properly because I've opened the door of the car. Anyway, and obviously the car doesn't know it's only in the air and etc, so I was probably trying to do some adjustments. But anyway, I had to remove the bumper, as you can see, and when I removed the bumper I found this, and look where they go. That sensor there and that sensor in there. So yeah, that connects here. Let me see if I can pull it out. It connects there. I don't know if you can see. So we have a little bit of work to do here, repairing these wires, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And I was starting to get a little bit worried, but the worry soon disappeared. So we have the wires for the 2 sensors, 3 wires here, 3 wires here, and you can see here on this you have a brown and white, you have a black and yellow, and you have a blue and pink or red. Then you come here and again you have a brown and white, black and yellow, and then this one is different, is blue and white. But actually it's easier to see that the browns and whites and the blacks and blues and blacks and yellows are the power supply. Then the ones that are different on both is going to be the signal. Here obviously we still have everything like this, so I don't know which sensor connects to which when it comes to the power supply. The signal obviously is obvious, it's just the same color wire, but it doesn't really matter how I connected it, because when you come here to the plug for the sensors, as you can see, you have right here at the back, you have a brown and white and a black and yellow, and then you have another 4 wires, which means these 2 here at the back are going to be the power supply, and then these 4 wires are going to be the signals from each sensor, which means somewhere here inside the loom all the power supplies to the sensors are merged, are joined together. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how I connect here the power supply, doesn't make a difference as far as I follow the black and white with yellow and black and yellow. It doesn't matter on which one I'm going to connect, it will always work. So we're going to quickly try to do this and wrap this in some tape, make it to look a little bit better, and then put the bump temporarily only to see if we have any codes for the front sensors. There is some faults also for the rear sensors, but we'll have to go on there and have a look. I don't know yet what's wrong in there, but here looks like self-explanatory. Hopefully the sensors are still good, and all we have to do is repair this, and at least the front sensors will come back to life. So let's gonna do this, then I'll catch you up, I guess, when we are about to finish or when it's done. Okay, and everything is sorted and to shrinked, as you can see. So now we're just going to tape everything, and that's it really, and then give you a test. And here he is, all wrapped up. Just need to rotate a little bit over there, but I wrapped up absolutely everything. Okay, and is ready to go back into place and give you a test. Unfortunately, I don't have much more time for today. I really need to pack up and store everything. But I guess we will continue whenever we continue. So hopefully the front bumper will be okay. And all the sensors will work now. We'll have to scan the car and see what it says. But yeah, we're just going to temporarily slide the bumper in there, and then we'll see what's going on with the rear ones. And yeah, it's looking good. And today is the day. Unfortunately, not a very good day, but the show must go on. So what we're going to do today is very quickly, I'm just going to slide the bumper back in place and plug it in and give a quick scan. I'm not going to bolt the bumper just yet. I just want to put it in there so we can test, because I already mentioned I already had the car scanned, and I do believe with some faults for the rear sensors as well. But to get to the rear sensors, obviously today I'm going to have to turn the car around, and to do that I need to finish it off. So but before I do all of that, I also want to finish the video you most likely have seen already. I'm trying to record 2 videos at once for the suspension, so I need to test all of that before I bolt the bumper definitely in place. So but for now that doesn't really matter, guys. Let's gonna put that in place and plug in the maxi sys, maybe start the car and see what faults we still have for the front sensors. We can still have a further issue with sensors itself, and not just wiring, but without testing, without checking, we don't know. Let's gonna give it a scan to the parking thingy. That's gonna be somewhere not there. What is that thingy? Parking assistance, travel codes. There we go. So the 2 front sensors, which coincides with the repairs we've done, they are passive and sporadic. So I believe if I clear these codes now, and now I try to activate the parking system, we still have a fault. But now let's gonna see which codes came back. Hopefully just the rear one. There we go. Center, right, rear parking assistance sensors. What the issue is this a faulty sensor? Do we also have a similar problem to the front? Don't know until we get there. But at least we know the front ones are fixed, so we can just pretty much bolt the bumper in place, and so we can turn the car around and look at the rear sensors. Before we do that, I'm actually going to probably finish the suspension video. I know. Well, anyway, let's gonna do that. Now we need to check the rear sensor to see what's going on in there. Car turned around and a little bit under the garage, so it's not raining at the moment, but it will be again. It's going to be a matter of time. So according to the tool, my issue is on my rear right center. So I'm gonna guess right, rear, center. There is 4 sensors here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So rear right and center is gonna be the rear right is gonna be that sensor there. So the second sensor from the right is gonna be the rear right center, which is gonna be so that's gonna be the rear right center. Now I already had a look to get to these sensors. It looks like it's not easy way. I'm hoping I don't need to take the bumper off. I'm gonna try to take a couple screws underneath, see if somehow I can reach the sensor and have a look at it, and we'll go from there. So that's what we're gonna do. So you can definitely get to the sensors without removing the bumper, at least the middle ones. And as you can see, I dropped both sensors. You probably guess why. And as soon as I swap the sensors, my fault changed to center left. So clearly we have a bad sensor. So for this part, it's just going to be a sensor replacement, and we should have a fix for the parking sensors. And yeah, I will have to speak with the owner, see what he wants to do. Maybe get a new, or I'm not sure, get a sensor for this, and then we'll go from there. And a few days later we have a new sensor, used. Part numbers is going to focus, probably not. Don't know if you can see the part number there. 780 019275C, I think it is. Yeah, so it's a used sensor that's been painted to black, or it was original black, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what we decided to go for, and now obviously we're gonna just put the sensor in place, put the wires back where they belong, and that's it. Then we can give it a test and see if the parking sensors are working. And the sensor is in place, as you can see there. Okay, because it's black, you can barely see the difference, even if the black is slightly different on a small area, but you can't really see the difference. Waiting still for that, but I think they can install that themselves. And we're actually gonna start this and give it a test. Oh, and the ESP light is gonna be on because the battery was again discharged. I think the battery they brought me, if you watched all the videos on this car, you will know, but I think the battery they brought me a used battery, and I think the battery was also no good. The last time I worked on the car, I just left night shifts, was about 3 days ago, and in 3 days he cranked this morning, this afternoon when I tried to start it, just after I installed the sensor. He did crank, but he didn't start. He cranked about 2 or 3 times, and then he kind of started die, and I had to put the battery on charge. So let's gonna give it a go. Actually, reverse, and look at that, and we have the screen now, which we didn't have before, because obviously I think was not coming up because the system was faulty. So I'm guessing if we go, yeah, there we go, the ESP light is on. If I drive there, perfect. Now reverse. Let me see if I have anything. Yeah, I think I have the little one's scooter. Yeah, I do. There we go. Wait. Perfect. Working absolutely fine. I just gotta go at the end of the road. I think you need to drive for a little bit for the light to go off. We're just gonna do that. I gotta plug in the Maxi still and give it a scan maybe. But that's it for the sensors, guys. The sensors are fixed in the end, as you have seen. A bad rear sensor, and at the front, well, a little bit of a mess, but all sorted. Nothing special. Usually these videos for parking sensors are all very similar. Usually it's just straightforward repairs. Nevertheless, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there's some information here, guys, you can find useful. If you do still have any questions or any comments, you know exactly how it works, just put them right below. And like always, thanks for watching.